Good morning and welcome to Fort Zeller Elementary School. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful Tuesday yesterday. Today is Wednesday, March 27th, 2019. It is day 2. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I'd like to remind you once again, think about the word honesty, the idea and the concept of honesty. Think about what it looks like in your life, what it means to you, what this monthly character trait for the month of March should really look like when it is easy to do, when you're doing the right things, and when you've made a mistake, when honesty becomes all of a sudden one of the hardest things to do. Think about the bravery and the courage that I've been encouraging you to exercise throughout your life. Remember, honesty in any character trait is something that we want you to demonstrate not just in class, not just in front of your teachers, not just in front of your classmates, not in the hallways, but also outside of the school, on the bus, at home, when you're out and about with your family. Think about what honesty and all of the character traits mean. Now, as you know, we only have a few days left with the Race for Education fundraiser challenge. This is the last week, and we have today, we have Thursday, and we have Friday. Friday is the last day for the Race for Education fundraiser. $8,000, that's our goal. At this moment, we are just shy of $2,000. So we're a little bit short, but every little bit, every cent, every dollar counts. And at the moment, we really haven't had too many changes with the leaderboard. I should say that Miss Zurich's PM class has kind of come up and taken the 8th place position. At the top, at the commanding lead, we still have Miss Kane's second grade classroom with $560. And then we have Miss Yoakum's AM kindergarten and Miss Booth's classes in the 2nd and 3rd place position. Mr. Gantz's class is in the 4th place position. Miss Zurich's AM kindergarten class is in the 5th place position. Miss Lucky and Miss Ogrechek's are in the 6th and 7th place position. And then, like I said, Miss Zurich's PM kindergarten is in the 8th place position. And then Miss Eshelman is in the 9th place position. And then Miss McDonald and Miss Frederick's classes are tied in the 10th place position. So, there's a lot of movement. A lot of classes are very close to taking another step up in the leaderboard. So we have a few days left. We'll see where all the chips end up falling. In the meantime, don't forget too that the Mindful March Kindness Challenge is still going on. Your challenge yesterday was something you already got to do if you participated in the Mindful Minute, and that was to simply tune into your feelings without judging or trying to change. You might remember the Mindful Minute yesterday was about turning your awareness inside, not just your physical feelings like an achy back or any of those physical sensations, but also feelings and emotions, things that make you happy, things that make you sad. And oftentimes those emotions are informed by things that have happened in the past that you have no control over anymore. And sometimes, such as anxiety and nervousness, they might be a result of things that have yet to come, things that you really can't control either because they haven't happened yet. And you may remember, mindfulness is all about just being in the present. So those feelings are real, and it's okay to study where those feelings come from, but for a moment, don't judge those feelings. Don't try to change those feelings, just simply seek to understand them. And if you do that, if you did it yesterday, if you have been doing it throughout the year, and if you continue to do it, you'll become more comfortable in your own skin. You will become more sure of who you are. So I encourage you to continue these mindful minute tricks. On top of that, our kindness challenge for today is something I will share later on at the end of the morning announcements. But for now, our 3 expectations at the school, you already know them, are number 1, be respectful. Number 2, show that you're responsible. And number 3, show that you're ready to learn. Again, just like the character traits of honesty and all of the other character traits we've covered, these 3 expectations shouldn't just exist in school. They shouldn't just exist in class. They should exist outside of school, on the bus, even at home, or wherever you are out and about. Also, the B-Bucks Cafeteria Challenge is going on. As you know, I was not in school yesterday, so I don't know of any changes to the leaderboard. As far as I know, Miss Eshelman's class is still in the first place position. Miss Booth's class is in the second place position, and then we still have that third place tie between Miss McDonald and Miss Ogrechek's class. Now, I am back today, Wednesday, and I will make sure to take a look at our B-Bucks Cafeteria Challenge boards and see if there are any changes. If there are any, I'll make sure to report them tomorrow. At this moment, however, let's be present. Let us be grateful for where we are and when we are right here. If you feel comfortable sitting crisscross applesauce like me on the floor, I invite you to do so. We're going to prepare for the mindful minute. You can stand, you can lay down, you can sit on a chair. You can sit on a yoga ball if you have those available in your class. You can just assume a position where you're comfortable and all five of your senses can be really tuned into what it feels like, what it smells like, what it looks like in this present place and time. Now, if it feels right for you too, I invite you to close your eyes, just like I like to do. If you don't want to close your eyes, that is absolutely fine. That is okay. You can simply soften your gaze and focus on a point in the classroom or on the floor. This time is for yourself to really study where you are, how you feel in this present place and moment. Now, to help us do that, let's start as we have been doing all year by focusing on our breathing, the anchor of our breath. Take a breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Oftentimes that first breath may not be the most intentional. Study the quality of it. I'm going to admit, oftentimes that first breath is not the greatest for me. This first breath, however, that I just took was wonderful. But let's be more purposeful. Let's go ahead and take that breath in through our nose again. Filling our bellies with our belly with air, and then exhaling through our mouth. To anchor our breathing, you can simply count your breaths. Use starfish breathing. You can use the flower and the candle, or any other technique that works. Something that you have even perhaps brought up or thought of. And if you have a great breathing technique, I encourage you, just like some of our friends here at Fort Zeller, to share those with us later on. Go ahead and take those breaths. And as your breathing returns to a natural and intentional rhythm, allow your senses to expand, to notice the subtle sounds that are out there in the classroom or in the hallway where you are. Here in my own house, a sound that I hear that I often take for granted is just simple buzzing that comes from the refrigerator that is in the kitchen that I can hear right here. Even the sounds that you are always hearing, study those. And then as you find yourself particularly comfortable in this place and time where you are, being grateful for the opportunity to really savor this moment in time, turn your spotlight inwards to the physical sensations, the aches and pains, the parts where, maybe you've healed and you feel great about. Recently, my back has felt very tight because of, I'm just going to admit it, so many things that Principal Lynn has to do. But I'm not going to change those sensations. I'm simply going to sit with those, the soreness and the tightness, seek to understand them. And then turn your deepest attention to your emotions and those feelings. It's okay to have many emotions. Maybe you're happy about something and yet also very angry about something else. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Be mindful of your feelings. Don't try to change those either. Just sit there and understand it. Sit with it. Invite it in. Process with it. Some of these feelings will naturally disappear over time as it feels like it has had a chance to share with you what it really wants to tell you. Now, in a moment, you'll hear a bell or a chime, as you always do. When you can't hear that chime anymore, as it gets quieter and quieter, at that moment, you can open your eyes and awaken with all of your senses to this blessing that we call the present moment, ready for the rest of the day. Welcome to a new day right here at the fort, where you are loved, where you are cared for, and where we want you to succeed. Whether you have a great day or not is ultimately your choice, so choose wisely, work at it, enjoy the rewards. Don't forget, and I really want to go back and say this again, whether you have a great day or not is ultimately your choice. You are in ultimate control of what you do today and how you feel about it today. So I encourage you to choose wisely and work at it, because the rewards are there and I really want you to enjoy them. At this moment, please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I'll step out of the frame. When I come back, I will share with you then our next kindness challenge for the day. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great, thank you. The kindness challenge for today is this. As you walk, notice the sound of each step and notice how it feels or how they feel. We do a lot of walking in school, in the hallways, as we go between classrooms, to the cafeteria, to specials. As you fill up your B card and you have to walk from your classroom to the main office. For heaven's sakes, I do a lot of walking, and I know your teachers do as well. We take walking for granted. It's just something that we naturally do, almost as if it were breathing. And just like breathing, perhaps it's okay to really stop and notice your breathing. It's okay to stop and notice your steps. Notice how they feel. Notice the different parts of your feet as they touch the ground. Notice the sensations. Notice a part of the feet that really don't touch the ground, perhaps the arches of your feet. And then expand your awareness as you walk to everything else around you. Things that you might have simply taken for granted and walked right by. Posters in the hallway. Maybe posters that you know were always there, but you never really stopped to truly notice them. Notice the smells, the scents. Notice the sounds as you walk by various classrooms. When we think about mindfulness and mindful minute, oftentimes we think about sitting still, being present with our breathing. But did you know you can actually be mindful in your walking? There is actually an exercise, believe it or not, called mindful walking. And if you start by paying attention to your breathing as you walk, as you start to pay attention to the sensations on your feet as you walk, and the various senses that allow you to pay attention to awareness, you're doing it. That's called mindful breathing. So I hope to see a lot of mindful walking and mindful breathing as I pass by you today in the school. I promise you today for sure I will be able to see you guys around. So I encourage you to choose to make it a great day, work at it, and yes, enjoy the rewards. I'll see you guys around. Thank you.